Yo, what's up? It's Marwin, Food Fidelity. Today, I'm gonna show you how to make an easy, delicious pinto beans recipe, Southern style, with a twist. I'm using smoked leftover brisket. I think you're gonna dig this one. It's a fabulous recipe, easy to make. I'm doing it in an Instant Pot. You don't have to use an Instant Pot. You can definitely use a slow cooker, crock pot, or even just cook it on the stove top in a big pan or a big pot, regular style. But hey, let's get to it. I start by soaking my beans. You don't have to soak your beans if you're using these in an Instant Pot, but that's a habit for me. I'm gonna saute my brisket just enough to rid of some of the fat. I'm gonna use that fat to flavor and cook, saute the vegetables in as we continue to build flavor on top of flavor throughout the recipe. So I'm just gonna saute these on medium to high for about a minute or so, just enough to get some of that fat rendered from the meat. And then I can start to add in some of the other ingredients. And so now that I've kind of cooked them on each side, I'm gonna remove them, set them to the side, and start adding my vegetables to the pot. For me, that is onions, in this case, red onions that I'm just gonna saute. And then I have bell peppers. I use the color just for the visual, but you can use regular green peppers. I got garlic. I'm gonna saute these quickly. You start adding in bay leaf and my spices. I make my spices up ahead of time. It's cumin, paprika, salt, and pepper. And I'm gonna continue to add spices and seasoning as I go, because again, I want that layered effect. Now I'm gonna add my beans in, give them a quick mix, kind of let them coat in some of that fat and some of that seasoning and all of that flavor that's in the bottom of the pan before I started adding my liquids to do the cooking. So I have a beer, I like a medium-bodied lager that I'm going to add about a bottle, maybe half the bottle, save some for yourself to drink a little bit. And I'm just gonna cook it a little long enough to cook some of the alcohol off, and then start adding some of the other ingredients back into the dish. So I mentioned I got a couple of twists. This is an optional step. Add a little Caribbean vibe with some Haitian épices, which is like a sofrito seasoning mix. And I'm continuing to add my seasoning as I go. Got some water, got a mix of water and chicken stock. Low sodium because there's plenty of salt in the dish. You don't want to have too much salt in it and just have a really salty beans dish. So go low sodium on the chicken stock if you're using store-bought. Now I can add my brisket back to it. Keep in mind, if you don't have brisket, this obviously works with other meats as well, like your traditional smoked ham hocks or smoked turkey necks, turkey, pork, smoked. Hey, boom, you know how that works. So I'm going to pressure cook these for about 60 minutes on high, and then do a natural release for about 20 minutes, and I should be good to go. Once you've got all that pressure out, you can actually cook these a little longer depending on how thick you want this to be, or how liquidy you want this to be, or how creamy you want this to be. But bottom line, give it a nice mix to let those flavors be balanced throughout, and you're good to go. You see the color, you see the tenderness of the brisket, the creaminess of the beans. It's just a really nice, flavorful, tasty dish with some texture, all the way throughout. That makes this just a wonderful dish. This is a dish I love with pinto beans, but you can use red kidney beans, you can use black beans, you can use white beans. It really works just depending on what beans you have available to you. I keep things pretty simple. Beyond this, it's really about, serving this as you can use it as a side dish, which is how I enjoy it most of the time. But if you want this to be a little more hearty, full, satisfying dish, just put a big old chunk of that brisket in there and just go for it and have it as your main dish. And that's it. I don't do anything more to this. I serve it with, cornbread, of course. Got to have that cornbread on hand. Garnish it simply with some green onions. I also have some pickled cactus up here that I just added. You can add pickled onions, whatever, floats your boat. But it's beans, it's humble, it's simple, it's delicious. It's all of that and then a bag of chips. So, hey, enjoy this dish. If you make it, let me know what you think. Leave a like, leave a comment. But most importantly, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, and you get new recipe updates to your inbox as I update each week. Thanks and peace out.